Hello, YouTube. There's a small island of Gotland in the Baltic Sea. It is the largest island in Sweden and the largest island completely surrounded by the Baltic Sea, with Danish Zealand on the edge of the Baltic Sea. Gotland, an island in the Baltic Sea, is known for its unusual stones. Well over a thousand granite and limestone boulders scattered throughout the island attract attention with their mysterious slits and grooves. Actually, today more than 3,600 stones with chamfers, inscriptions, or sections have been found on the island, which are called throws in the stones of the island of Gotland. Some scientists suggest that these grooves could have been used to sharpen weapons, but others doubt this hypothesis. The researchers also draw attention to the astronomical connection of the grooves, which can reveal new secrets about the origin and purpose of these stones. So let's look at the history of the mysterious stones to the extent possible. Originally, scientists assumed that the grooves of the stones of Gotland were the result of sharpening weapons. However, the shape and size of the slits did not correspond to the technique of sharpening cold weapons of those times. In addition, no ancient weapons were found in the vicinity that could be sharpened on these stones. Archaeologists have also not found the remains of ancient forges where these stones could be used. So all this raised doubts about the original theory about the grindstones. Was there research for answers beyond Gotland? The mystery of the slits in the stones is not limited to Gotland. Similar grooved stones have been found all over Europe, including France, Norway, Finland, Luxembourg, and England. In France, these stones were attributed to the Neolithic era and called polishing stones. They were associated with a culture that built dolmens and erected menhirs. However, nowhere have these mysterious slits been found as often as on Gotland. One of the theories connects the location of grooves grooves on the stones with the astronomical phenomena. Modern archaeologists have noticed that some of the slits correspond to the location of the sun and moon. Some scientists believe that the grooves could have been used as a lunar calendar. The secret of Gotland's grooves still remain unsolved. European historians suggest that stone axes were sharpened on these stones like in the Neolithic era, but the shape of the cutting part of the stone axe does not say that they were rubbed perpendicular to the surface of the stone. A stone axe needs to be sharpened like an ordinary metal product at an angle to the plane. In general, no one even conducted experiments. And with a smart look on their faces, they find strange explanations, far from practice. I want to tell you about another interesting fact. These grooves in the stones are only a part of the footprints, so to say. The other part of the footprints is found not on the rocks, but in the stone slopes of the island. They look like this. And you can see photographs in the video. This is not erosion. This is a mechanical effect created by man. Agree. You can think for a long time that why the ancients needed to be so sophisticated with a stone to grind the rock into such throws. As it is said, nothing can be sharpened by this method. Therefore, historians are silent about such examples. They're silent about everything that they cannot explain. Something else. Many years ago, a Russian magazine reprinted reports of an American, a journalist named James Cheruthy, about his stay on the island and his impressions. Here are some of them. The register of wealth of this Swedish island looks something like this. Graves of 700 gold and silver, buried during the Viking Age, a powerful wall of the 13th century around the city of Visby, where everything remained unchanged after the construction, 700 huge ship-shaped stone graves of the Bronze Age, In general, it is the largest island in the Baltic Sea with the sunniest summer in all of Sweden, with beautiful beaches and playgrounds for modern Vikings. Massive fortifications on the rock of the east coast of Gotland began to be built in the 15th century BC. Natural crevices on the wooded limestone rock are blocked by stone barricades up to 15 meters high, which form a continuous shaft. Arne Jonasson, a great connoisseur of the antiquities, showed them to the reporter. He has known everything here since he was a child, he said, but during the Second World War, when his major ordered him to take down the terrain plan, he wandered in the woods for 5 hours. They say the wood elves cast a spell to keep a person. There's only one way to get out, to turn all things inside out. He was about to turn out his tunic, but then he literally jumped into the major. Now, Erik Nielsen, Gotland's leading archaeologist, says, I have come to an amazing conclusion. It seems to me that the defensive complex was built by advanced Bronze Age civilization around 1500 BC by order of a warlike leader. His people built 400 stone pyramids on the island, and in one of them, in Lerbro, we unearthed a 3-meter tower reminiscent of buildings dating back to the 2nd millennium BC in the Mediterranean. According to my theory, Gotland is a distant colony of the Mediterranean. Perhaps they sent their people here to trade, that is, to exchange bronze utensils for fur seal skins. Of course, this has had an impact on the development of culture. And I start thinking, creator of this video, start thinking about the connections between the ancient Minoan kingdom and those strange labyrinths in the north of Russia. I mean, not that far away from the Baltic Sea, of course, on the Kola Peninsula. You can find my research in the videos in this channel. There has to be a connection of some sort. We just see small fragments of a picture that has been destroyed, and all we have really is small fragments to go by. But I think the more we find out, the more there is research, there is still a chance to find out the impact of the Minoan kingdom and what it was. A very mysterious culture on the Baltic lands and north of what is Russia today. So I'll continue. Thank you for your attention to my work. And if you can support my research, you can find the links on how to do it in the description to this video. Please like my videos. Please tell others about my channel. Thank you.